Hello. We have comic book reviews. And it's pretty much Avengers week. I don't know, just happened that way. Let's start with Avengers. Issue 9, written by Brian Michael Bendis, drawn by John Romita Jr. And we got some Klaus Johnson doing, I guess, finishes or inks right here. It opens up a little bit on how exactly the Hood started on this quest to find the Infinity Gems. How he broke out of prison and all that sort of stuff. Turns out he had actually run into one of the Inhumans that was also in prison, and he told him about it. Hey, you know, it's being kept, in this spot where the Inhumans were living on Earth briefly, and that's where Black Bolt had it, his Infinity Gem. And then it just started the whole ball rolling. Because once you start collecting them, they kind of help you mentally find the others. They're tricky, those gems. Now, everybody meets in the Arctic because it's, Steve Rogers has discovered that Tony Stark and the rest of the Illuminati are doing something secret behind their backs, and they're kind of pissed off about that. So there's quite a bit of conversation. Finally, everything's out about what Tony, Reed, Doctor Strange, Namor, Black Bolt, and who am I missing here? Professor X were doing behind all their backs. And they seem kind of insulted that they would do this. But you know what? I don't know. To be honest, I can see their point. You know, I'm not really that upset. The art, I think, in this by John Romita Jr. is a little more solid than it has been in previous issues. I think maybe just trying to meet deadlines with, you know, the EDB and things he does. I think maybe weakened some of his pages on a couple of previous issues. This, I think, looks really good, and there's a lot of page work. There's a lot of panel work he has to do in this issue, and he does it very well. A lot of characters, too, just hanging out. So, excellent. I'd say this is a very strong 4 Ram Chips. No, you know, fuck it. I'll give it a 5. This was pretty good. 5 Ram Chips. New Avengers issue 8, also by Brian Michael Bendis. And who did the art here? Not the usual person, actually. Acuna? Let's see, hold on. Daniel Acuna. I haven't seen his work. But wow, look at this beautiful scene right here. Actually, all this stuff, the date stuff in the beginning is really pretty. And goes back to one of the things I really did love about Marvel Comics, as opposed to, you know, DC, is it takes place in a real city. It takes place in New York City, and the artists and writers would often use real-life locations in their scenes, and it really kind of opened up the world to me, especially as a kid. You know, cause I've never been to New York City, so it's cool seeing this shit, and also getting a, you know, ground perspective of this. Anyway, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones have decided, you know, hey, we haven't had a date night ever. So they go and have it. And they discuss the idea of her jumping back into the fray as a superhero. And he's all for it. And he's suggesting, why don't you, since we're married, why don't you call yourself Power Woman? You know, I'm Power Man, you're Power Woman. Get it? She's not too certain about that. But the date gets interrupted by something that crashes into the city. It had been carrying Miss Marvel. She had crashed into it, and it took her down. It was Doctor Doom, but it's not really Doctor Doom. It's a Doom bot. Now, this obviously is going to lead probably into future plot, maybe? I don't know. Who can tell these things? But the main point of this one is Jessica. Is she going to be a superhero again, or is she not? I think she is. I think they've been kind of hinting at that ever since this new series started. Wow, this is great. You know, the last couple of issues of New Avengers has been reminding me of the Keith Giffen Justice League series when it was really good, where it was humorous and there was a lot of great dialogue, and, you know, it was a little less on the superhero stuff, but, you know, the world can blow up only so often. So I've been enjoying this a lot. This is my favorite of the 3 Avengers books that came out this week. This is easily a big 5 Ram Chips. I enjoyed this a lot. It's also a good jumping on point, too. Secret Avengers, number 9. This is Steve Rogers and the crew. Woo! I don't know why I did that. Ed Brubaker and Mike Deodato doing the art. And holy crap, you know, I was beginning to kind of wane on this series. This storyline really wasn't kind of exciting me, but now it's kind of picked back up again. Maybe because, you know, things are getting close to the third act, so hey, let's get going. First off, the art is just fantastic. You know, Deodato, I mean, every once in a while when I start doubting him, he turns out something really magnificent. I think one of my favorites is the fight between Steve Rogers and Max. I don't know, there's something very Gene Colan about this fight scene. I just love it. There's a big trade-off, someone's been kidnapped, I don't know what's going to happen next, blah blah blah. Lots of fun. This is 4 ram chips. Very nice. All 3 Avengers books are very good this week. Zatanna, number 9. Hey, Paul Dini's back. Actually, he's still back. He did the last issue. And who is doing the artist? Cliff Chang? And it's part 2 of our Fear a Puppet story, where she's been tied down by a puppet. But he didn't do a very good job tying her down, so she escapes. She captures him. I think the shoe is now on the other foot. And starts getting his story as to why he killed that guy when she was a kid, and then tried to kill her, and then got turned into a puppet. He has his own story, different than her father, Zatar's. Zatar saw him killing somebody, and then trying to kill her, and then he turned him into a puppet. And he's saying, no, I'm just a victim of, you know, bad circumstance. And so we'll see. One of my favorite jokes is at the end. And this actually splits very early on. The backup story here of a young Zatanna is like much thicker than I see a lot of backup stories normally. Makes me think maybe Dini just wasn't completely ready for this issue. But hey, Adam Beecham does the backup story of Zatanna, Junior Sorceress, which is hilarious. Actually, I think it's a little funnier than the main story. Of, I think, a 10-year-old Zatanna getting braces for the first time and being unable to speak well. So really fucks up her shit as far as doing her spells. Delightful. This is 5 ram chips. Very enjoyable. And the season finale of Buffy for season 8 is this issue. It's Last Gleaming Part 5, and it is issue 40. Josh Whedon and Georges Genti, who's done almost all the issues for the entire run of this season. What happened? Well, this is an epilogue. Buffy's in San Francisco, kind of, wow, I mean, she was like the leader of an army that, you know, went all across the world fighting monsters, and now she's waiting tables. That sucks. Magic is all gone for the time being, and everybody's just kind of picking up the pieces left over from this past season, what's happened. It's basically kind of an epilogue almost. It's not bad, it's pretty good. I will have to say that I'm not sure how this season ended for me. It actually reminds me a lot of season 7, where things started off really interesting and then kind of just petered out, really. And there were parts where, after I'd read them, I didn't know what the hell happened in those issues. Maybe things got a little too complex for its own good. This issue is going to get, I'd say, I don't know, I think I'd get this 3 ram chips. I'd probably give the whole season 3 ram chips. So that's it for now, and push the button, Lindsay.